So you were asking me about my own experiences of past life remembrances and when I began having any of that. And as far as a past life, I hadn't really delved into that when Maria was 8 and had hers. I had a lot of alternate reality experiences where I would have real visual visions and experiences a lot every day because I meditated for an hour every day, and I would just get still and go wherever it took me. Um, but when Maria was 8 and she had her first past life experience, then I began seeing things like that in my own meditations. And as I was healing from fibromyalgia, I looked within to see where is the pain coming from? What's causing my pain? Because fibromyalgia is just undiagnosed pain all over your body, everywhere. So I would just ask myself, what is the deepest pain in this moment? Where do I feel it in my body the most? And I would go there, and I would spend anywhere from 1 to 3 hours to get inside it, understand why it was there, remediate whatever it was, change it in some way from my perspective, from my choice, make a change, and be able to come back out and have no pain in that spot when I came back out. And some of those pains I experienced as past life experiences. I experienced a past life where I was a princess that was stolen and given to people to have as a maid, just as a servant child. And I saw the whole story of my father and mother searching their whole kingdom for me through the years. And then I had a younger brother, and he grew through the years, and his mission in life was to find his sister. They never gave up. They always felt that I was somewhere, and they never gave up looking for me. And then one day, the brother found me, and I was this servant in these people's house still, sweeping dirt floors, and I was an adult, and he found me and proved that I was his sister and took me home. And so here I was, this maid in this palace, and my mother had many other children, and they had beautiful gardens, and I still didn't believe it. I went back to this life remembrance. I went back many times and watched the story unfold until one day in the palace I heard the queen singing to the infants, or another child or something, someone little. She's singing this song to them, and in my soul I remembered the song that my mother had sung to me, and then I knew that was true, that I really was that princess, and I really did belong there, and this was my family. So that took several times to really fully receive that one.
Well, part of it may be also just to have the words and the recognition of those possibilities, and not really, how you separate a dream from a fantasy to an imagination to an awareness of an alternate life or consciousness or any of those things, it's, you know, it's also being able to actually talk about it and share it, because it's only when you're actually talking about it and sharing it that it becomes real.
Yeah, yeah.
In a sense, when you see it coming out of your mouth, or see it expressed. Otherwise it
That's always been
so
my
so
path. I felt like my path was the path of sharing. And
yeah,
as I would have these experiences, I shared them with my family.
right,
Yeah.
right,
So I would every day I would share.
because that is
That's
the gift of it.
yeah.
That's the gift
And
of
I could apply
healing,
it.
that people can see themselves in it only by having an awareness of it.
So whether it was a past life, an alternate reality, or just a metaphor that
Yeah.
I could see in that space, that this is what would tell the story, that I could understand, so I could apply it in my life and know that I belong and that I am valuable, and I was never disconnected, you know? So I always took what I turned that inside out. I would go I So when I would go into a spot of pain, pain is hard to get into. Pain repels. It's that strong push, away. Don't come look at me. Don't come near me. Sometimes it'd be a hard shell, sometimes a dense blackness. Um, Anywhere the pain, the core of it, it was always a different way in. Every pain had a different way of expressing itself and a way to get inside of it. And only by getting inside of it could I really transform it. Because just by touching it and seeing it there, you're separate from it. If you are, you just have to be in the middle of the vibration. And
Yeah.
yeah. So then Maria started having those experiences, and in the middle of her vibration, I was the container that held her, that could help her find her way through it. I was taught so I'd be able to help her find her way through those things. Could you imagine another mother with a child that comes and tells you this and is describing what she's experiencing so vividly? And you look it up in the history books and it's there and it's real, and she's never known about it before. She's only 8 years old. What would she know of things like that? So, yeah, it's a journey, a joy.